Hi everyone, this is Mrs. Flag. I'm so sorry that we couldn't have our class last night because of the holiday, but I thought I would send along a little lesson about the main points of week 2 and hope that it can be sort of like us being together in the classroom. So the main point of week 2 is to prepare you and me for an academic lecture about proxemics or proxemics next week. So there are several pages in the module this week that help us prepare, okay? So the first one is this page, listening, reviewing key terms and concepts. I don't need to open this page because it's pretty straightforward. Basically, I recommend that before we come to class next week, that you review the Unit 1 vocabulary. Those are the key terms. And as for the concepts, you can reread the short reading about personal space around the world, and this also will help prepare you for the lecture. Okay? So, preparing with ideas first. The second point, a second way to prepare, is to strategize about how you're going to take notes, because what's going to happen is that in class you're going to listen to the lecture and probably just part of the lecture, and then you'll take notes and we'll compare notes. And then when you get home, you'll be able to listen to the lecture 2 or 3 or as many times more as you need. Okay? So the first thing that I would suggest is that you look at this page called Optimizing Your Note-Taking. Optimize means make it the best you can, okay? So there are lots of tips on this page, but the main thing that I want you to watch is this little video here, and this young man with a bow tie is going to talk about the outline method of note-taking. You probably know what an outline is, like when you write a paper, an essay, or a paragraph, but you can also use outlining when you take notes. And basically, you don't want your notes to look like one long paragraph filling up the entire page. Instead, you want to use numbers like 1, 2, 3 to indicate main ideas, okay? So if you watch the lecture, you'll see that this teacher is suggesting how to use the outline method to take notes, okay? The next page I want you to look at are actually a couple of pages about using abbreviations and symbols when you take notes. So again, the gentleman who gives you the video in this page, Optimizing Your Note-Taking, he's going to tell you, don't write complete sentences. You do not want to write down every word the speaker says. Instead, you're going to take notes. And furthermore, when you take notes, use abbreviations. Okay? So we're going to start by looking at some abbreviations. So on this page, you'll see, for example, BC for because, maybe BTW for between, EX, for example. Think of the way you use abbreviations when you text people in English, okay, on your telephone. Maybe you use the letter U instead of spelling out YOU. So you're looking for short abbreviations that will allow you to listen and take notes quickly, okay? Another thing you can do is if you have a really long word, like for example, this is not really long, but still, like important. Do you see the word important here? Just write down the first few letters of the word, like IMP. Same thing with problem, just write prob. Minimum, write min. Okay, so you can use the first 3 or 4 letters of a word so that you don't have to write the whole word. The most important thing about using abbreviations is that you want to make sure that these are abbreviations that you will understand later. because you're going to take notes on a lecture. And then maybe when you get home or the next day, then you're going to read over your notes again and make sure that you understand them. We'll talk more about this in our next class. Symbols, same thing. You can use a lot of mathematical symbols like equal to, greater than, less than. You can use arrows, like I use the arrow going up to mean increases or rises, and go down to mean drop or decline. Okay? So you're going to develop a system over time of your own personal abbreviations and symbols to use when you're taking notes. This week you have an assignment because I'm not seeing you. I didn't see you yesterday, so I want to make sure that you understand how to take notes. Okay, so there's an assignment here, and I'm just going to open it and show you what the assignment is and sort of practice it with you a little bit, okay? So I'm going to ask you to watch a video, a short video on proxemics or proxemics, and take notes, okay? And try to use the outline method if you can, and use abbreviations and symbols. So there's the link to the video, and it's this woman talking about proxemics or proxemics. So I'm going to turn her on, and then while she's talking, I'm going to try to take notes myself, okay?
Okay, the next form of nonverbal communication I want to talk about is space. And space is space. It is the space around you. It is officially called proxemics. And we actually have 3 sets of proxemics around us. What this is basically the bubble or the wall in which you don't really want anybody in there. But we actually have 3 sets of walls. First, we have our social distance. That's where, okay, I want to only keep you here because I don't really know you. I'm not super comfortable with you. Next, we have the personal space, which I know you, we're developing a relationship, we're friends, I trust you, so I'm going to let you in a little bit closer. And then, of course, the last set of space is the intimate distance, which is very, very, very close. Now, it is so interesting because
Okay, I'm going to turn her off right now. I started taking these notes just a minute ago, and you see, I hope you can see a couple of things. Number one, I'm not writing sentences. These are not complete sentences. This is just notes. That's all it is. The second thing is that I didn't spell out this word, did I? The word is communication. Can you understand that I meant communication? I hope so. I know that if I looked at this a week later, I would understand it. And that's the most important thing. You, and only you, have to understand your notes, okay? The second thing I wrote down was, I didn't write down when she said space is just space. I thought, what a stupid sentence. I'm not going to write that down. So you have to make a decision about what you think are important things to take down in notes, okay? Okay, then here comes the outline method. Anytime a professor says to you, like today we're going to talk about 3 things, okay? Then the first thing you should do is in your notes, okay, I would just write 3, whatever it is, okay? And I would go number 1, and I would leave a lot of space, number 2, and number 3. So this is before the professor has started talking. The only thing he said is, today we're going to talk about 3 something. So I'm getting my notes ready, and this is really a kind of a simple outline. And this is a way for me to organize my notes so they're not going to look like one big long paragraph, okay? Spatially, visually, I can see that these are 3 things, and the 1, 2, 3 are the most important 3 points. And then maybe in here, I could indent and I could write details about each of the 3 points. So that's just an example of the outline method of note taking. Okay, and like I said, the other thing is abbreviations and symbols. So here I use U, the letter U, instead of YOU. And honestly, I was typing this. I type pretty fast, so I was able to write the whole word social and the whole word personal. But if I were handwriting this, I might have just written personal like that. And here, because I'm trying to catch every big idea. See, look at this one. She was just about to say that America is a country that has one of the largest areas, of personal space around us. You learned that in the reading about contact and non-contact cultures, right? This country is a non-contact culture, so we have a big kind of bubble around us, is what she's saying. So you have to listen to the rest of the short lecture to find out what she's talking about. But I was just starting to take notes about that. So you're going to bring these notes to class, and we'll go over them together. But I hope this little video has given you some of the main points that are included in week 2. Let me go back to our Canvas module. Okay, let's see. I think you also have a discussion to do. Most of you did the week 1 discussion, so I can see that you know how to post in a discussion. Yeah, here's the topic. So I want you to write 1 line of notes on any topic, okay? And use abbreviations and symbols, and don't make a complete sentence. And then see if your classmates can translate your notes into a complete sentence. So here's my silly example. EAR equals third plan for sun. Okay, and what I was trying to say was Earth is the 3rd planet in our solar system, the 3rd planet away from the sun. Maybe you didn't understand my notes. I hope so. So that's the discussion topic. Okay, so I'll see everybody next Monday night, and have a great week.